sound is crucial, and this is why many great directors, such as George Lucas, have attributed 50% of the movie-going experience to sound alone. So today I'm going to compare 3 speakers that vary in price greatly. These are all self-amped, self-powered speakers that have to be plugged into the wall, and we're going to find out, can you tell the difference between them? First up, the Amazon Basics powered computer speaker, coming in at just over $10. Next, the Bose Companion 2 series, which I purchased for about $75 a few years ago. And last, the JBL 305 studio monitor speakers, which were purchased together with cables for about $350. Before we jump right into the test, let's go over a few ground rules. If you can, try to listen to this video with a good quality pair of headphones, or the best headphones you have access to. Because if you're listening to this through your speakers in your room, and you're listening to a recording of my speakers in my room, there's a lot of variables and room noise and all that kind of stuff that's going to make it harder for you to be able to tell the difference. Number 2, try to listen in a quiet room. This may be difficult, but try to not be in a busy, crowded area. Try not to have a lot of background noise and things like that going on. Something to keep in mind is that even though I've used very good quality gear and a good process throughout all this, they're going to sound kind of bad. And the point of this is to not actually hear what I'm hearing, because that's going to be impossible, but to be able to hear the difference between the different recordings. So just keep that in mind as we move forward. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump right into the test, and then I'll go into the methodology of how I did the test and how everything was set up, and then I'll follow with the conclusion.
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try for your heart. And our dreams, and they are made out of real things, like a shoebox of photographs with sepia tone.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days.
Methodology. I adjusted the amp on each speaker to max volume. I then adjusted the preamp levels on the shit sys to match the relative recording level so that I could record all at the same input level. I played a 100 Hz test tone and set the input to -18 dB. This eliminates the recorder influencing the quality of the audio as much as possible. Realize that the expensive JBLs will output some serious volume and sound good too, while the Amazon Basics cannot do this. I set the speakers up in a perfect scaling triangle. This is the proper way to listen to speakers. The speakers were aimed directly at the H5 recorder. The room is pretty well acoustically treated, but it's still going to have a sound character to it. However, each speaker was recorded in the same room with the same setup. Speakers are being fed audio from the O2 DAC amp by JDS Labs. The line-out levels are being controlled by the shit sys. Since all the speakers have their own amps and require plug-in power, I thought using a line-out would be the best way to test them. So in conclusion, there is a clear and measurable difference between each speaker. You can hear that in the results, and you can definitely hear that in person standing in front of these speakers. It's almost clear to just about anybody. Now, the issue is, as you climb up in quality, you climb up in price, and you climb up in price almost exponentially. So, the Amazon speakers, let's say the Amazon speakers are 500% worse than the Bose, but they only cost, about $60 more. The JBLs, they might be twice as good as the Bose, but they're not $50 or $60 more. They're more like $200 or $300 more. It's no surprise that the Amazon speakers coming in at just over $10 are complete and utter crap. I mean, I purchased these to listen to white noise at night, and they do a great job of that. They're definitely not going to be something that you're going to want to listen to music or watch movies with. Maybe you need, audible speakers to listen to video conference calls on your laptop because your laptop speakers are not good, or they crapped out. Maybe you need to make your alarm clock louder or something like that. These are not speakers that you're going to want to watch a movie on or listen to music for extended periods of time. Now on to the Bose speakers. These guys do a great job. I got them for about $75 a few years ago. There is a newer model, the Series 3, which you can buy. And, they pump out a decent amount of sound. They are bass heavy, a little bit muddy. The clarity on the highs isn't quite there, but you know what? They sound great. If you're going to listen to music or movies, they're great for, your desktop. You can throw them in the kitchen or the living room if you just want to listen to some music. Just a great option all around. You won't catch me using them as reference studio monitors to mix, professional productions or anything like that, but that's not what they're intended for. They do a great job. I think they're priced reasonably. The JBLs, the JBL 305s, I got the 308s behind me actually. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, these things are a professional option. They're professional reference monitors. They are pricey. They're $249 per monitor. You can get some pairs for like $300. You can get some weird deals. I don't know why you'd buy one if you can find deals like that. But great sound. The lows are tight and punchy. They have a great depth to them. The mids and highs have clear separation. They punch through with clarity. Just a great monitor. I mean, the thing about these studio monitors is they get loud. They will blow your face off. And that's something that in this test you couldn't really tell, because the whole time I had to lower the JBLs all the way down with the sys. I had the amp turned up. I had to lower all the way down to get it to match the level of the Amazon Basics. You didn't really get that crazy in-your-face feeling, and you really can't replicate that by listening of a recording. You have to sit in front of these things and just feel how powerful they are. If you're an audiophile like me and you want the next level experience, grab the JBLs. You won't regret it. However, if you want really good quality at a reasonable price, grab the Bose or something similar in that kind of price range. It's going to give you the quality that you need at a reasonable price. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate the work that I put into this video, go ahead and hit that like button or even subscribe. It really gives me that feedback and lets me know that you guys want me to make more content, more videos in the future. You guys have a great day.